Hi, everybody. Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days and 5 minutes on this Friday, 29th of September. Brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, New York. 631-756-1125. They've got the best prices in town. OmniTrueValue.com is the website. So we're dealing with the heavy rain that has moved up the coast overnight. We are seeing uh, quite a bit of moisture here. There is low pressure that's just offshore. It is really not a tropical system here, nor is it really the remnants of Ophelia. We have an onshore flow that we've been dealing with for days, and now we've got a low pressure with an arm of moisture that is backed westward, and you can see that it's all playing out across New Jersey, parts of easternmost Pennsylvania. The heaviest rains overnight have been around New York City and western Long Island, and also in western Connecticut and the Hudson Valley. And that moisture continues to move on to the north. And not a whole lot else is happening across the mid and South Atlantic states and through the southeast and Gulf states. It's a pretty quiet start to the day, but we've got to get rid of this system, and that's going to take a while before it is all out of here. But it is going to get out of here. I mean, that is really the bottom line. And just to show you what it looks like here on the surface map, this was from yesterday afternoon. And you could see the beginnings of it with the stationary front that was east of North Carolina and then running out northeastward from there out over the ocean. And through the overnight, that has pivoted back westward with that stationary boundary running almost north-south to just off the New Jersey coast. So the heaviest rain tends to fall to the northwest of where this frontal boundary has set up. The onshore flow continues, and as a result, we're going to see heavy rainfalls. But WPC, they have us at a moderate risk for flash flooding, and that kind of makes sense as we've already had a number of flash flood warnings up, as well as continuing flash flood watches. So on top of whatever has fallen during the overnight from after 7 a.m., and right through tonight into Saturday morning, you can expect an additional several inches of rain. The heaviest looks to be in the eastern part of New Jersey, down to maybe about, say, Route 195, New York City, Long Island, southern and western Connecticut, actually most of the western and central part of Connecticut, and on up into the Hudson Valley. The good news is that once this is done, we are going to be in pretty good shape starting later tomorrow afternoon and taking us right in through the weekend and into early part of next week. And here's the digital rainfall forecast from the Weather Service. And you can see the rainfall totals here on the order of almost 5 inches. And that's certainly going to cause flash flooding in areas from western and southern Connecticut, western and central Long Island, back to about New York City. And then the amounts start to tail off as you go further west into New Jersey and into eastern Pennsylvania. But be on guard today because it's going to rain hard at times. At other times, rain will lighten up. It might even stop for a little while in some places before it picks up again as we move the day. So this is what it looks like as far as on the latest run of the GFS. The rain into this afternoon. The low starts to pivot more to the northeast. We'll get some rain coming in on the back side going into this evening and tonight. You see those patches of yellow would indicate some moderate to heavy rain. This is tomorrow morning with still some lingering rain from New York City eastward to southeastern New England. But then by afternoon, it's gone, and we start to see some improvement later in the day. Sunday is looking like a really nice day, second half of the week, and definitely better than the first with temperatures in the 70s. In fact, most of the eastern United States is going to enjoy some very nice weather Sunday and going into next week. We do not see any rain pretty much for the entire week. High pressure will be centered overhead. We'll have sunny days with temperatures in the middle and maybe even the upper 70s right into probably Friday before the next cold front begins its approach. And that could bring some showers and thunderstorms. Looks like the front slowing down a little bit, may not come through until Friday night or Saturday of next weekend. And after that, we're going to see a pattern change to some real autumn weather settling into the eastern two-thirds of the United States. And that's a pattern that actually might hold for a while as we move into the middle part of October. We'll have the Joe and Joe weather show tonight, and that will be at tentatively scheduled for 7:35 p.m. Eastern Time. We may move the start time back a little bit since I've got some things I got to do today. But for now, let's call it 7:35 p.m. Eastern Time for tonight's Joe and Joe weather show. So we hope to see you then.